Hello, hello, evolutionary women from around the world. It is Catherine here, and I'm super, super, super excited to launch our GIFEW Evolutionary Woman Entrepreneur Awards of 2023 with our very, very first nominee, Subomi Plumptre from USA and Nigeria, who is, I'll let her tell you a little bit about that in a moment. But she is an amazing stand bringing wealth and education and empowerment to the middle classes of the African diaspora, which is so important, not just for this group of people, but for the whole rest of the world. So Subomi, thank you so much for being here with us today.
My pleasure. It's lovely to be here.
Oh, and how does it feel like when you heard you were nominated for a GIFEW Evolutionary Woman? Like, this isn't just any woman, but that the lady who nominated you, wants to shine on you and recognize you as being an evolutionary woman. What does that mean for you, or what did that bring up for you when you heard the news?
Yeah, I mean, it was fantastic to be nominated, particularly in International Women's Month. I think that kind of made it a really cool coincidence, because this is the month where, we're really just shining the light on the achievements of women, the things we've done, a lot of times silently. So I think I was just really excited, particularly, for GIFEW, because it's about evolutionary women. So women who are breaking the status quo, women who are doing things differently, and who are just out there being bold and courageous. So I think for me, it was just really, really a fantastic set of coincidences coming together.
And what does shining a light? So what is the message that you really want to send to the world, that is on your soul's desires, your heart to share? What are you a stand for, and what is your mission in this life?
My mission really is I'm championing middle class wealth in Africa and the diaspora. And I'll tell you a little bit about it. I came from a corporate background. I spent 20 years in the corporate world before starting my businesses. And one of the things I keep saying is, when people are loyal, they're honest, they're hardworking, they're really just committed to their craft, they need to be sure that at the end of the day, they're going to be well taken care of. They can live off, whether it's their pensions, whether it's their investments, whether it's their savings. And I find that a lot of times, people who work all of their lives don't really get that benefit. So, like we say, sometimes you're one or two deaths away from poverty. So I think for me, it just became a real passion, particularly in Africa, because we don't have a lot of social safety nets. So if anything really goes wrong, if you have a family medical emergency, you lose your house to a flood, or to erosion, you're literally bankrupt the next day, no matter how hard you've worked, in your life. So I think for me, it was really important to shine the light. The middle class for me was very important because they're an economically powerful social group. If you educate one member of the middle class, you've educated the entire family. That single person would end up paying for the education for the rest of their siblings. The middle class, we run the most number of small and medium scale businesses in Africa. The middle class does that. And it's interesting to note that women actually have more small and medium scale enterprises in Africa than men. So it's a really important group, and it's made up of the middle class. So in terms of creating jobs, in terms of educating entire families and communities, the middle class really is such a pivotal group in Africa. Even across the diaspora, when you look at the remittances made to Africa by members of the diaspora, the remittances contribute to economic development in Africa. So that's my passion. Like I would, say it on the rooftops. I really want to champion middle class wealth and prosperity in Africa and across the diaspora.
Amazing. I think we all I was a little bit like speechless in just hearing the sheer passion and enthusiasm and motivation and will, desire, commitment, like all of that was just was just overflowing in what you shared. So my last question for you would be, what would winning a GIFEW Evolutionary Woman Entrepreneur of the Year award do for shining a light on your businesses and this amazing work that you're doing?
I think it'll be fantastic because it'll draw attention to the work we're doing. So let me just give you an example. We've revolutionized a lot of things. We've created a lot of models that never existed. So for the very first time, we were able to create a fund management model that uses traditional African cooperatives. This has never been done across Africa. So for the very first time, thousands of people could pool small amounts of money to create what we call in the industry an accredited or institutional fund, and participate in the same type of deals that a private equity fund or high net worth individuals would be able to participate in. And then we distributed the returns back to those individuals. So it's a model that we literally created out of Africa, and we're taking this model to the rest of the world. So for us, it's winning this award. I think, for me and for the businesses that I have co-founded, is we just shine a very important light on a lot of the work that we've created just for Africa and the diaspora.
Wow. Well, I can't think of anything more evolutionary than that. That is amazing. So everyone, ladies and gentlemen, the link is above. So a vote for Subomi in the GIFEW Evolutionary Woman Entrepreneur Awards is a vote for bringing an entirely new business model out of Africa to the rest of the world, where we can all equally, equitably enjoy the flow of global wealth. So thank you so much, Subomi, for being here with me today, for doing all of the amazing work that you do, and the team. And keep us posted. We'll be curious what's next for you.
Thank you.
Take care. Bye.
Bye.